Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Sami here. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto gets a bloodline, where he can mold his chakra into whatever he needs. Part 5. Hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start, please subscribe to our channel, and like this video. So let's get into the video. After Naruto left the hospital, Naruto quickly went over to the small training ground where he first met Konohamaru, and waited for his new sensei. Of course he didn't have to wait too long, seeing as the man ended up coming to the area exactly on time. Welcome Naruto-san, and congratulations. Thanks to your sensei, you have the honor of learning from the great Ibisu, who has been teaching future Kages for years, Ibisu told him cockily, as he pushed up his glasses. Oh, hey, so Konohamaru's closet pervert of a sensei is going to teach me now. Naruto responded, causing Ibisu to stumble a bit, losing his cool pose. You brat. You should be honored to have me, as your sensei. Ibisu angrily told Naruto, who simply looked at the man clearly uninterested. Yeah, whatever. So, what will we be learning? Naruto asked him, trying to just get his training started. Thankfully Ibisu decided to listen to him this time, and regrouped himself with a fake cough. Yes, of course. Now follow me. He told Naruto, then quickly went back into the village with Naruto following behind him. Man, I hate Kakashi for leaving me with this idiot. I mean, sure, he probably was persuaded by the civilian council to teach their precious Uchiha, but he could have at least found someone a bit better. Even Sakura is probably going to learn more from the Kakashi put her with. Naruto was annoyed, as he was led to one of Konoha's hot springs. Of course this confused him, but still he just went along with Ibisu, as they went into the male side, after Naruto paid for both of them to get in. But instead of changing, Ibisu quickly brought Naruto over to the hottest water he could find, and waited for Naruto to join him. Okay Naruto, we are here for you to learn how to walk on water, basically meaning that we are going to try to bring your chakra control up to the next level. So to walk on water you must, same as in anime, Naruto tries, and falls in the water several times. Naruto tried to do this several times before he finally started to get the hang of it. Of course he was even happier when he soon felt that he could use his bloodline more effectively, and might even be able to reach a bit farther. Of course his teacher already left before Naruto did, claiming that he had to do something, and figured that Naruto would take longer to master it anyways. Though he didn't realize that Naruto's bloodline actually made him work on his control whenever he used it, making getting to the next level of control slightly easier. But instead of worrying about that, Naruto worked on mastering this control exercise. But after getting decent with it, he instead decided to finally enjoy the service he entered, and quickly took off his gear. He then happily sat in the warm water, and enjoyed the heat, slowly releasing the tension in his muscles. Though thanks to relaxing in perfect silence, he was able to hear people walk into the other side of the hot spring. So, he tried to ignore it, and just continued to enjoy the water even, as he heard several people begin to talk. Oh no, Kurenai-sensei, I just got out of the hospital, and was told to rest, and relax. I really think I should just head home, and try to relax instead of going around the village with you, and your friends. A timid voice stuttered out that Naruto recognized as Hinata's, which made Naruto decide to listen in curiosity about what his girlfriend was up to. Oh, nonsense Hinata, if you need to relax, nothing is better than the hot springs water, another voice told her, and soon Naruto heard several splashes, meaning that they probably entered the water. Since you are growing up so quickly and beautifully that you might have to join our group soon, especially with the way they are growing, the seemingly happy voice told Hinata, and soon Naruto heard a surprise eep come from said girl, meaning that the person either did something embarrassing to her, or simply pointed at something Hinata was shy about. Ah, Hana-chan, she probably won't become a nice queen, seeing as she already seems to have warmed up to a certain blonde. A voice that sounded like Anko in Naruto's opinion told their group, then laughed at what Naruto could only guess to be Hinata's reaction. Oh, come on Anko, she can still be one, I mean you are, even though you are with Iruka. Yeah, I guess. But come to think of it, I never did learn who sent those letters, seeing as both I and Iruka-kan knew we didn't. So, come on Kurt-chan, just tell me already. I know that the person that did it probably was watching, meaning that you had to have seen who did it. Enko begged her friend, wanting to know who cared enough about either her or Iruka enough to do that. Fine, I will tell you that I saw who did it, but I think I will leave it a secret, and simply use it as blackmail or bribe, for you are the person that did it later on. The voice that had to be Kurenai's told her friend, clearly happy judging by the tone of voice. Oh, come on, that is not a fair thing to do to your group sister. Enko whined childishly. Still not gonna happen, Kurenai told her friend happily. Now let's just enjoy our time here, she added, and with that being said Naruto stopped listening, and began to think for himself. Well, it seems that she is truly out of the hospital now. Of course now that she is, I just need to make sure that she doesn't get hurt like that again under my watch. I don't care if it was for the test or not. I mean, watching her get beaten like that, and not being able to help her made my blood boil. Well, at least now she is making some new friends to add to her group, and it might be good if she did end up entering those girls' group, so that they will watch out for her when I can't. Though hearing that Kurenai plans on blackmail me doesn't sound too good, whatever, I will deal with it when it comes to be a problem. Naruto thought, as the mist the warm water made cleared up slightly, allowing Naruto to see that a fully clothed man with long white hair was looking at the wall, blocking the two sides, giggling perversely as he wrote down stuff in a notebook. Now of course this annoyed Naruto extremely, as he knew that this old man was sneaking a look at not only his friends, but also his girlfriend, and that isn't something that Naruto wouldn't just sit and let happen. So, in his rage, Naruto quickly made chakra chains appear in his hand and launched them, as fast as he could, at the old man's head. Though just before they hit the man he dogged them, causing them to continue on, and end up breaking a hole in the wall. Of course this was heard by the girls, who quickly covered up in their towels, and tried to get decent, as quickly as possible, seeing, as they knew the sound of breaking wood came from the separation wall. And wanted to make sure that whatever male had the nerve to make a hole to see them would get justice served to them without them seeing anything else. Meaning that they also kept their ears open, trying to hear exactly what was happening on the other side of the wall, so that they would at least know where their prey would start to run, if it got away before they could get to it. Of course on the other side that was not what they worried about at the moment. Instead the old man was glaring at Naruto, clearly annoyed. "Now why the hell did you go and ruin my research like that?" The man asks, clearly annoyed though Naruto was too, and quickly began showing it by releasing some of his kai. "Research? I will not have you looking at my friend and my girlfriend just so you can get some damn research," Naruto told the man, annoyed of course, that this didn't seem to worry the man at all. "Oh, so you were dating one of them? Which one of those beauties is yours? You know how this is. I will give you a copy of my next book for free if you get me some good research time with your friends. I assure you it is a good deal, seeing as your help will be appreciated by all of the readers out there." The man asked with a smile, waiting for the answer he expected to be good. But instead he quickly ended up having to dodge several more jabs from Naruto's chakra chains that yet again did nothing but destroy the fence. "I would never let a pervert like you ever get near my friends, let alone see them in any shape or fashion," Naruto yelled at the man, ready to try his luck at killing him, for trying to imply that Naruto would simply let his friends be unknowingly taken advantage of just for a stupid book. "Boy, I am not a pervert. I am a super pervert," the man told Naruto with a large smile that quickly faded when he felt a large mass of kai behind him. Hi ladies," he tells them, then tries to run, only to quickly be caught for a beating that the girls knew the now titled super pervert wouldn't forget anytime soon. Of course the loud noise of Naruto destroying the wall, and also the super pervert's cries of pain, quickly brought the female owner over to the bats to see what was going on. And with the female clients obviously enraged, she quickly deduced that a male did something. So, she quickly grabbed the chakra, suppressing seals she had for emergencies that she kept in her pocket, and put them on both males' necks. Now she of course was only able to see, as Naruto didn't try to stop her, and Jiraiya, the pervert if you didn't notice, was too busy trying to protect a certain part of his body from the girl's wrath. So, after she did this she quickly was able to drag Jiraiya away, and move to grab Naruto, until the girls stopped her by grabbing the woman's shoulder, and simply nodding their head no. Of course this just made the owner shrug her shoulders, and went back to dragging Jiraiya off to somewhere, and soon enough they heard what sounded like a body hitting the stone ground of the village's road. After which the woman came back to the group, and looked over the girl's presents. "Alright, will one of you tell me what the hell was going on here?" she asks, then simply waits for them to tell her. "Well, basically we found out that the old pervert was peeping on us," Kurenai told the woman, still looking annoyed just like the rest of them. Even though the shy and kind Hinata looked ready, she was thinking about how to kill the old man that was watching them. Of course this was apparently a good enough answer for the owner. "Ah, so that explains why there are holes in the wall then," she told them, nodding her head. "Well, that was actually me. He managed to dodge me when I attacked him for looking at my girlfriend and friends. I will pay for the repairs though." Naruto, the owner, rubbing the back of his head in embarrassment. "Oh, why thank you for the offer and your honesty. It is greatly appreciated. Also, thanks for catching that pervert. He has been sneaking in here for his research way too often recently, and so far you are the only guy that noticed him and actually did something about it," the owner told Naruto with a small smile, and quickly went over to him and removed the seal from his neck. "Now if only I could find a way to stop him altogether," she mumbled, clearly annoyed with her problem. "It is no problem, but would you girls mind going back over to your site already?" Naruto asks the girls, blushing, as he glances over at them who are still only in their towels. "Why? Does Naruto-kun not like what he is seeing?" Enko asks, causing Naruto to blush even more. "What? No. I mean," Naruto mumbles, blushing due to Enko's teasing. As someone blushing from seeing his girlfriend, her sensei, and her sensei's friends, she teases even more. "Though I can't blame you after getting to see beauties like these." She added points to her breasts that Naruto couldn't help but look at when she did. Of course when Hinata saw the attention Naruto was giving Enko, she narrowed her eyes at the women who moved in front of her. "I know he has to be with multiple women due to the Kra act, but I refuse to give any of his firsts to any other girl. He was mine first, so I am the one he will be with first," she thought annoyed seeing, as she dreamed of being with her crush and doing various things with him. So, momentarily forgetting about her shyness, Hinata quickly went up to her blushing boyfriend and latched onto his arm. "You mean Naruto doesn't like my appearance?" she asks, looking him in the eyes, pouting cutely with tears beginning to form at the corner of her eyes. Of course, thanks to her doing this with only a thin towel on, he could easily feel the softness of her breasts on his arm, as he tried his best not to get a bloody nose. "No, Hinata-chan, I love everything about you," Naruto told her, still blushing even, as she smiled and kissed him on the lips, as she pressed herself even closer to her lover. And of course, Naruto's natural reaction was to wrap his arms around her waist, bringing her as close as they possibly could be. Though said blonde was stunned even more when Hinata began to make their kiss much more passionate. Other girls. When Hinata moved in to do this, all girls present were shocked, even the bath's owner, seeing as they never expected the clearly shy girl to do anything like this. "Well, Kurt-chan, I guess you don't need to work on your adopted sister's shyness anymore," Enko told her friend after she got over her own shock. Though she needs to work on her sharing skills if this is how she reacts to another girl simply trying to flirt with her man, especially because she knew it was just teasing. She added, smiling, as she watched her younger friend kiss his girlfriend. For she would cheer him on for getting love after ages of abuse, especially seeing, as it looks like he might be getting lucky pretty soon. Yeah, it appears that even a shy Hyuga knows how to get her mate riled up. Hana adds, having no problem watching the moment, seeing, as she knew that Hinata would want anything that happened, judging from the smell that was in the air. Of course, for both Yugao and the owner, they were simply blushing, as they watched the kiss slowly turning into a scene that a certain perverted writer would create in his books. Though the only one who wasn't blushing at this was Kurenai herself, who refused to have her sister give away her first time to a boyfriend that she hardly even started to date. So, she quickly walked over to the young couple and pushed them away from each other. Of course, when she did this, both of said teens woke up from their trances and blushed heavily at what they just did and were about to do. In fact, Hinata's blush got so bad that she finally fainted with her face completely red. Though all could clearly see a smile plastered on her face. "Now Naruto, you don't plan on trying to do anything else like that again until there's a ring on her finger, right?" Kurenai asks falsely, causing the boy to shiver in fear. "Hi Kurenai-sensei." Naruto told the older woman, hoping she would spare him from any torture she was thinking of giving him. Of course, he wasn't that lucky, seeing, as Kurenai still was bringing her hands up to start the seals needed for one of her anti-pervert, or was until she was stopped by Enko. "Enko, let go of my hands." Kurenai told her friend that Naruto truly did deserve the punishment she had planned for him. "Kurenai, as well as the rest of us, know that Hinata started their love fest. So, if you are going to try to punish one of the only people I can call a friend in this village, then I will have to stop you." Enko told her friend to be completely serious. For Naruto was the only person that fully understood what was happening in her life when shit was at its worst. In fact, he was a major factor for her keeping, as sane as she is. This statement caused Kurenai to look at Enko straight in the eyes for what felt like hours until she finally dropped her hands and mumbled a quick "fine." Now, with all of the excitement finally done, all of them went off to get changed and were quickly walking back through the village. Well, except for the bath's owner, who went off to get stuff to fix her bath's wall with the money that Naruto gave her. But other than her, everyone else simply walked together to the Hyuga clan building, where they dropped off the still passed out Hinata to her caregivers that were given the doctor's note and instructions. Now Naruto told them that he could have done that himself, but at the moment Kurenai still refused to leave him alone with the girl, fearing they would do something. But after they left her in a place that would take care of her, they went their separate ways. Naruto. When Naruto left the rest of the group, he let go of a breath he held as soon as they were out of his line of sight. For, while Naruto liked the group simply because they helped out Enko, he had to admit that if someone didn't act perverted around them, they were pretty nice. Though ever since Kurenai found out that Naruto started dating Hinata, she was always watching him. It seems to Naruto that she cared about Hinata almost as much as he did. In fact, it was a well-known fact Kurenai treated Hinata as her sister daughter and was extremely protective of her. Which normally wouldn't be a problem, but because of this, she never even let Naruto have a chance to befriend her, seeing as she was too busy watching his every move, which always made Naruto nervous. For, if he even accidentally did or said something she found to possibly hurt Hinata, he would be put under one of Kurenai's fears. Man, now that I am dating Hinata, being around Kurenai-sensei is so nerve-wracking. I mean, one wrong move, and I am going to be stuck in one of her. And those things are known to put people into mental rehabilitation for weeks. And to make it worse, just as she was beginning to lower her guard around me, I had to let my control slip just for a moment, and let that happen. Course, it was nice. No, don't let the perverted thoughts corrupt you now. Naruto mentally yells at himself. Though he just couldn't bring himself to think that he didn't enjoy the brief moment he had with Hinata. Even if he had no idea what exactly caused that moment. Anyways, he was now simply walking around trying to find Ibisu to learn something else from the closet pervert, when he heard a certain perverted giggle yet again coming from a nearby waterfall. So, he quickly went to investigate where it was coming from. When he got there he saw a group of girls playing in the cold waters, but that wasn't where the giggles were coming from. No, they were coming from a nearby bush where Naruto saw Jiraiya yet again staring at women while he was laughing and writing something in his little notebook. Now this of course kind of got Naruto annoyed yet again seeing, as he was sure the girls who were having fun didn't want a pervert watching them, so he was going to get him caught, but before he even could the girls left leaving the older male to close his book and finally look over to Naruto. Boy, now that they're gone tell me why the hell you couldn't have just let me finish my research. I mean the ice queens of Konoha are the perfect subjects, and you know how rare it is to catch them like that. The old man ranted apparently still annoyed with Naruto. Who are you to block me, the legendary Senin Jiraiya from my research anyways? Jiraiya asks, looking at the blonde in front of him. I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the News Clan head, and it is my duty to help my female friends from perverts like you. Naruto told him calmly. Ha, your pathetic attempts to stop my research isn't going to work, and I am not a pervert, I am a super pervert. He told Naruto, still acting goofy, but had different things on his mind. So, this is Naruto, eh? Well, I guess he turned out okay even if he isn't a pervert. Still, I guess now is a perfect time to make up for lost time. I mean, now that I have a break in my spine, I can finally be here for him like a godfather should be. He thought slightly sad, but quickly hid it behind his strange speech about the glories of his Icha Icha book series. Ah, whatever old man, just don't try to peek at the people I care about. Naruto tells him angrily. Stop calling me an old man, I am still in the best years of my life. Jiraiya told him. Oh, whatever you're Senin. In fact, why the hell are you even a Senin? So far all you seem to be known for is speaking on women. I am a Senin because I am one of the strongest ninjas in Konoha. In fact, probably right now the only ninja in the village who is even close to my level would be Hiruzen sensei. Naruto is clearly proud of himself. Of course Naruto just stared at him not truly believing what he said. So, Naruto quickly brought his hands up and did something that he never thought he would use again. No jutsu. And within seconds Jiraiya was propelled backwards with a massive nosebleed. And I just beat a Senin. Naruto trying hard to not laugh. Boy, show me that again. Jiraiya orders Naruto with a big smile on his face. No? Oh, come on, it will be for a good cause. No? Please? No? Fine, how about this? You're in the exams, right? Yay. Well then how about I train you for the month you have? Jiraiya offers, hoping he will take it. After all, if it wasn't for my spy network I would have started his training ages ago. Jiraiya thought sadly. Of course when he offered this Naruto didn't respond immediately, seeing as he had to think about seeing, as being trained by a Senin is something that many ninja only dream about. Okay, Naruto told him in the end, figuring that anything would be better than training under Abisu. There's only one thing you need to do for me to help you by making you an amazing ninja. What? You have to use it the whole time? Jiraiya asks with a lecherous smile on his face. Of course this just made Naruto stare blankly at Jiraiya for a moment before simply beginning to walk away, shocking Jiraiya. Wait, I was just kidding. Jiraiya quickly told Naruto, as he ran towards the boy who was still walking away. Ice queens. After the girls separated from Naruto they quickly went to one of their favorite hangout places, the dango bar. So, after they all ordered they simply sat down, and simply enjoyed the day, or at least tried to see, as Kurenai was still fuming. Kur-chan, for the last time let it go. They're dating. It is going to happen. Enko told her friend, trying to get her over it already. No, I will not get over it. I mean they shouldn't be doing stuff like that until they are married. And besides I am sure that Hinata only meant for it to be a loving kiss. It had to have been Naruto that brought it to the next level. Though I guess it is to be expected from a male. I mean all males only ever want is to try to get into a girl's pants. Kurenai told her friends, refusing to forgive Naruto for trying to pressure Hinata to do perverted things. Kurenai-chan, I hate to be the bringer of bad news, but Hinata really did know exactly what she was doing, and if my sense of smell didn't fail me, she was getting into it just as much as Naruto was. Hana told her, causing Kurenai to get even more annoyed. Of course this just made Anko's sweat drop slightly. Well, I have to say that those kids' relationships will be interesting ones. Of course after she had a small chuckle over this thought, Anko instantly began to let her mind wander to other subjects. Anyways, Kur-chan, can you tell me who the note sender was now? Anko asks her friend for the 100th time, hoping that she would slip up and tell her in her rage. No, Anko, I already told you that secret stays with me. Kurenai told her childish friend. Oh come on. At least give me a hint. Anko begged. Fine, but these are the only hints you will be getting. Kurenai told her simply to try and stop Anko from begging to be told every time they saw each other. Hint 1, the writer was a male. Hint 2, he isn't your average ninja. Kurenai told her quickly, then took a sip of her sake. Now who could that be? Not a normal ninja Sogai maybe. No, he couldn't possibly be that sneaky. Even with hints it could practically be anyone. Anko thought, as she ate stick after stick of dango, subconsciously bringing her favorite food to her mouth. Of course she wasn't the only one who was trying to find out. Both Yugao and Hana were trying to figure it out as well, seeing as they wanted to know who the kind person was that helped their troubled friend get some happiness in her life. Which of course meant that they were quiet for some time, simply thinking about their own things, while they enjoyed the company of their friends and good food. Hinata. When Hinata finally woke up from her fainting spell, she was surprised to find herself in her own room. But her caretakers quickly filled her in, and she simply sat down and relaxed like she was told to. Now that she cooled off, she simply listened to her caregivers as they fretted over her. For ever since her mother died, the two older women, Hikari, Sari, and one middle, Akari, aged Hyuga, were the only people to ever treat her like a normal person rather than as the heiress. And due to that, she cared about them more than a lot of people, except for her Naruto of course. Of course, with the piece she had the time to go over what just happened in more detail, and blushed heavily as she did. This was also enough to cause a bit of blood to leak from her nose. For she couldn't get the memory of Naruto pressed firmly against her out of her head. Sadly, her caregivers saw this, and giggled a bit. Oh, Hinata-chan is someone thinking indecent thoughts about her blonde boyfriend. Hikari asks the girl, causing her to let out a loud beep of embarrassment and hide herself under her bed's blankets. Of course, who can blame her? After all, now that he isn't hiding all of that muscle, he does look very good. Who knows, maybe he will need a few caretakers after the exam. Then we all can make sure that all parts of him are well taken care of. Hikari told the group now with her nose bleeding, as much as Hinata's was. Of course, the two older women just shook their heads at the two younger girls' fantasies, but left them to it, seeing as they knew that Hinata was completely in love with the young man. And Hikari had what they thought was a crush on the boy. Besides, Hinata needed to relax, and what is a better way for her to rest than dreaming, even if it was a perverted fantasy. While Naruto was meeting his new sensei, Sasuke was already making a decent amount of progress in learning a new language from Kakashi. It was until his chakra started to get dangerously low, making him have to take a break. The break he was just getting back from when all of a sudden, he was caught by a snake quickly wrapping itself around his body. What the hell? Sasuke quickly yells out, annoyed and surprised, but then begins to struggle to free himself. Though he only tried to escape for a few seconds before a pale figure came out of the ground in front of Sasuke. Hello, Sasuke-kun. The pale man greeted the still trapped boy. Free me from this. Sasuke ordered the pale man, feeling no need to be polite. Now I can't do that, Sasuke-kun. Not while you are being held back by Konoha. For even if they are letting you get a bit stronger, they will never get you to the point you need to be to kill your brother. After all, he was one of their best, even though he mostly trained himself. But I assure you that a legendary like me would easily be able to train you to be stronger than Itachi could even imagine being. And all you have to do is leave this village, and come with me to my village. The pale man told Sasuke, then released the boy from the snake's hold. Of course, after he did this, Sasuke began to walk back to his home to prepare for his journey when the man stopped him. Not now, Sasuke-kun. I will send a team to pick you up after the exam, so I can see what skills you already possess. So, for now, train hard, and take any of Konoha's strength when you can, but know that your true sensei, Orochimaru, will be watching from the shadows. Orochimaru tells Sasuke, who nods, understanding him, but soon after screams in pain, as his neck was bitten. Take this, my lead soldier's mark, as a taste of the power I will be giving you. Orochimaru then quickly disappears into the ground, as Sasuke passes out due to the pain. Meanwhile, Orochimaru reappears in the shadow of a nearby tree. Lord Orochimaru, if you were going to give him a mark, and just leave him, why did you not just give it to him in the Forest of Death? Kabuto, Orochimaru's right-hand man, asks, clearly curious. Because Kabuto, if I did that, then the forest would have probably killed him if the seal didn't, thanks to his team. For I know that I would have probably had to knock out Sasuke with the curse mark, and Naruto with some seal. So, all they would have to protect themselves from the forest would have been the weak pink-haired girl. Also, I would have had to give away the secret that I am here, due to all the extra chakra I would have had to use. And also, now we can clearly see the results of the seal, as it happens. Orochimaru explains to the boy, who nods his head, showing that he understood, and they both used to hide themselves, and simply watched over Sasuke's still knocked out body. Eventually the day gave way to night, and they had to bring Sasuke's still knocked out body to his house, while still making sure that no one saw them. So, in the end, Sasuke unknowingly had two older men hidden in his room watching him, as he slept through the night, one of which wanted his body. Meanwhile, Kakashi read his book in their training area until the evening, not even noticing the time pass until it became dark. It seems Sasuke-san couldn't regain enough chakra to train more today, as I thought he must be sleeping off a mild case of chakra exhaustion by now. He thought putting his book away was not at all worried about the broody teen. Naruto, same evening. Jiraiya eventually managed to get Naruto to listen to him after promising to pay for his ramen. Now, of course, after Naruto's sixth bowl, he was starting to regret his decision, but seeing as he was rich enough to basically buy his own village, he found it a worthy cause to use money to try and fill the bottomless pit Naruto called a stomach. Of course, he didn't actually get to talk to Naruto too much until Naruto started slowing down at his 10th bowl. So, Hiro-sen, and you still want to help me train for the exams? Naruto asks, seeing as he already told Jiraiya that he would never use that again. Yay, I the mighty Jiraiya will be training you for the whole month, so that you can kick ass. Jiraiya told Naruto happily. Okay, then Hiro-sensei, let's start training. Or at least start tomorrow, seeing as it is a bit late even for me. Naruto told Jiraiya in between mouthfuls of ramen. Yup, starting tomorrow around 10 AM we will go through tons of good stuff. Like some taijutsu, and most importantly I will make sure you begin to appreciate the work I do on my books. Jiraiya told him to hand Naruto an Uchiha book. Of course Naruto didn't have it in his hand for too long before a cleaver slammed into the book, making a surprised Naruto drop it, letting the cleaver slam it down to the table. After the shock wore off, both males looked up at the attacker and saw him with a falsely sweet smile on her face. I hope you didn't plan on reading books like Naruto-kun. She told Naruto with a sinister roar around her that caused said boy to sweat a bit, but thankfully she turned the full power of the look over to Jiraiya and seemed to almost increase the intensity of it. And I hope that you didn't plan on turning him into a pervert, Jiraiya-sama, she told the old man, making sure to still give the proper respect to the senin. No, I would never do that. Jiraiya lied to the girl, simply trying to get her to stop giving him the roar of death treatment that all angry girls seem to automatically know. Though seeing as I need to use his cra as a new series, I will have to bring him to my side eventually. Jiraiya mumbled out afterward quietly enough so that she wouldn't hear him, but sadly she still was glaring at him. Of course this whole time Aem's father was simply watching with a chuckle, as he already knew of Aem's crush on his blonde customer, and knew he would treat her right. So, rather than be mad at the fact that a man might take his little girl away from him, he simply got to laugh at the fact that Aem is trying to keep him, as the perfect boyfriend she imagines he is. Meaning that he has to be kind, caring, and most of all not a pervert, and the only one she ever has to worry about is him turning into a pervert. After all, even after all the boy had gone through, he still seems to truly enjoy doing the right thing. After Aem's attack on the perverted book was over, the meal was basically done, so Naruto and Jiraiya left and went their separate ways, well after Jiraiya paid for the 30 bowls of ramen that Naruto ate. Minato, I may not have been the best person to pick as Naruto's godfather, and I know that I failed my duties for his childhood, but I plan on doing everything I can to help him now that I am around him. So, I will help him become the ninja that both you and Kushina would want him to be, though I still am going to make him a pervert. I mean, just because I failed with you doesn't mean that I will with your son. After all, he already has the cra, meaning that he can flirt and have sex with as many girls as he wants, well, and not be looked at as a complete player anyways. Still, I have no doubt that his life story will make me millions when I implement him into a new series. The Lustful Ninja and his Kunoichi Book 1-5. Jiraiya thought happily, talking to both himself and a mental image of his dead student as he walked to his base of operations that was in Konoha, which basically was what he used as a house. Just because he wouldn't be in the village enough to truly enjoy the pleasure of simply living in one location, so if he got a house most of the time it would just collect dust. Naruto. When Naruto finally got home, he was exhausted and just wanted to go to bed, but that went away fast when something pierced the wall next to him as soon as he closed the door to his house. Naruto-sama, why were you gone all day and didn't even attempt to notify me? I mean, just because my goal is simply to help you doesn't mean you can just not let me know what is going on. Haku told Naruto to give off the same roar as Aim did. After all, I haven't really seen you too much since the test started. Well, when you weren't ready to kill anything that breathed anyways, Haku told him, seeing as she did miss seeing him when he was at the test, which only increased seeing as she was worried about his well-being. In fact, this worry kept her from truly relaxing for the entire test. So, she was ready to simply spend a day with her master as soon as she could, meaning the fact that she didn't see him at all until at night was even more infuriating. Sorry Haku-chan, I just had a lot going on today. Naruto told her, a bit afraid, but truly sorry that he didn't even think about checking up on Haku. I really should have thought about how nervous you must have felt throughout the test, but yet I didn't even think about it. Please forgive me Haku-chan. Naruto told her, feeling extremely bad, and knew he had to make it up to her. I know I will spend all the time I am not training with my sensei tomorrow with you, and the first free day that both of us get we will spend together to make up for today, okay? Naruto asks, practically begging her to say it would be okay with his expression. Now that expression alone was able to melt away the girl's anger rather quickly, as she thought about his offer course that made a blush form on her face. A free day off with Naruto-sama, all the stuff we could do, like a DD date or something. Maybe a nice meal or walk through nature. Or Haku began thinking, completely forgetting about her rage, as she planned a day with her master, leaving out some more perverse thoughts for when they were closer to each other. After all, they weren't even dating or anything, simply because Naruto is still very naive about girls, even with them trying to fix it. Fine, Naruto-sama, I will forgive you if we do spend a full day together, as soon as possible. Haku told her roommate crush. Thank you Haku-chan, Naruto told her, smiling, then came up with another idea as well. Tell you what, you can even start calling me Naruto-san-kun instead of Sama. Naruto told her, hoping to trick her into stopping calling him her master. Of course, this just makes Haku look at Naruto for a few moments before responding. Why should I ever stop calling my master by his title? She asks him partially seriously, and partially calls him Sama just to annoy him. But I am not. I already told you whatever. Naruto mumbles out, deciding it wasn't worth trying to get her to change her mind, seeing as he had a good feeling that it was a worthless cause anyways. So, after their conversation was finally over, Naruto quickly took a shower to get the grimness off of his body, and went under his bed's covers wearing only his boxers. 1 hour 10 minutes later. Naruto was still trying to fall asleep, seeing, as well his mind was tired, his body still was filled with energy like always. So, he was simply lying there waiting for sleep to take him when he heard the door open up. So, he instantly looked over to it, and had a large blush quickly form upon his face. For even in the dark he could see Haku standing there in only her undergarments, and a see-through nightgown. Haku-chan, what are you doing here? Naruto asks with the blush never leaving his face. I couldn't sleep, Naruto-sama. I had a nightmare where you died out in that test, and left me all alone. Haku told him. But Haku-chan, you know that I didn't. I mean, I am right here. Naruto told her to try not to look at her body too much. Yes, but what if this is all a dream? I mean, how do I know that this is real? She asks him, looking worried. Of course, this just caused Naruto to sigh, and motion her to come closer, and when she did, Naruto surprised her by grabbing her waist, and pulled her close to him, and put her head on his chest. Does this feel false to you? Naruto asked the now blushing girl. No, she told him, then snuggled closer to him, causing them both to blush more. But then sleep well, Haku-chan. Naruto told her to bring the blanket over both of them, and tried to fall asleep, finding it easier now that he had Haku's body heat next to him, even if it was a bit less than normal people's. This is so comfortable. I could get used to this, Haku thought, as she felt at peace listening to her crush's heartbeat. And the best part is that he is starting to let us in even more. She added happily, and then let Naruto's heartbeat lull her to sleep. Next morning. As birds' chirping voices were beginning to be heard through the wall, Haku began to wake up. Though when she did, she found that she didn't want to leave her warm bed or her comfortable pillows seen. As she grew to love its heartbeat course, when she realized this, she quickly tensed up until she remembered that she spent the night with Naruto, and relax again. Of course, now that she was fully awake, she noticed the fact that she pressed herself as close to his side as she possibly could, and she also noticed that Naruto's arm came down around her, holding her firmly against himself even tighter. So, not looking a gift horse in the mouth, Haku began to simply enjoy where she was with a light blush on her happy face. This blush increased even more when she accidentally brushed her leg against Naruto's crotch and felt his hardness. Now she was contemplating accidentally checking his size until she noticed he was starting to wake up and quickly pretended to be asleep. So, when Naruto woke up, he instantly noticed not only that Haku was squished to his side, but also due to the fact that he was hugging her extremely close to his side. But the thing that made him blush the most was realizing that one of Haku's legs was extremely close to his morning wood that refused to go away. Of course, the fact that he could feel her smooth and soft skin didn't help at all. Though he couldn't deny the fact that it was nice to be near one of the girls that were precious to him. Of course, even if it was someone that he held precious, he still was happy that she was asleep, so that she wouldn't hurt him for the predicament they were in. After all, no matter why or who it was, girls tended to attack whatever put them in what they considered a perverse position. So, he quickly moved his hand, and gently moved himself away from Haku, so that there was some distance between them before gently shaking said girl's shoulder, trying to wake her up. Good morning, Haku-chan, did you sleep well? Naruto told her after he woke her up. Of course, he was pretending that they never were in the predicament that he found himself in earlier, not knowing that she was the one who woke to it first. She told him, trying to hide the light blush of embarrassment she had seen, as she nearly got caught looking at something that Naruto probably wouldn't want her to see, at least for a while, as she had anything to say about it. Good, and I hope you don't get another dream like that ever again. But if you do, I promise that I will always be there to help you get over it, even if I have to crawl back from the depths of hell. Naruto told her, causing her to feel true happiness due to him, saying that he would always be there for her. Thank you, Naruto-sama. Now let's get ready for the day, shall we see, as you have training to prepare for. Haku told him, who nodded, and they both got out of bed, and after getting over the surprise of seeing each other nearly naked, they went to change, meaning that Haku had to leave to go to her side of the apartment. Man, thank God my boner finally went away before Haku-chan could see. I mean, that would have been just too embarrassing even for me. Naruto thought to himself, slightly surprised about the last part, seeing, as he tried to never get embarrassed. Still, after this quick mental rant was over, Naruto quickly got changed, and left his room to wait for Haku to be done, and to cook breakfast. Meanwhile, Haku was in her own room happily getting changed while she was thinking about what happened, as well. Ah, that was nice. Not only did the master seem to enjoy my company, but I also got to at least enter his bed. And with that first step done, he is on his way to being willing to play around a bit later on. Then he will be the perfect boyfriend for me. Well, for any girl really, but hopefully I get added to my master's plan, she thought, hoping that Naruto would pick her, as well. Now, while she wasn't exactly a pervert, she, like most girls, had several ideas about the perfect husband, and sex was one of the factors that most people took into consideration. After all, if you have to stay with them, you want to make sure that they can please you in all ways. Anyways, after they both were dressed, they ended up sitting at a table waiting for one of Naruto's clones to bring them breakfast, as the blonde apparently got fed up with waiting for her to cook. Of course, when it finally came up to them, it was several cups of instant ramen, which made Haku just stare in disbelief at both the Naruto she was sitting next to, and also the one putting the cups onto the table. Naruto-sama, you do realize that ramen isn't a breakfast food, right? Haku asks Naruto, surprised by his choice. Well, she asks if Naruto was already happily eating the 8 bowls he had the clone make, leaving the last 2 for Haku, seeing as he knew that she wouldn't eat as many as he would. Why not? Ramen is Kami's food, meaning that it is good enough to eat at any time. Naruto told her like it should have been the most obvious fact in the world. Now this surprised said girl seeing, as she knew he had an addiction, but didn't think that it was that bad. Is this really all you ever eat? Most of the time. But how do you get enough nutrients from just that? I guess from my bloodline maybe, or maybe because of my seal. Okay Naruto-sama, even though you are training for the exams, you will spend some time each day learning about how to eat right, and cook stuff other than ramen. Haku told the kid, who looked devastated. But can't I just have ramen? No? I thought that I was the master here. You are, but I will not have my master die just because he didn't take care of himself. I mean, just think, how would your precious people feel if you got sick or something because you didn't eat right? I will try to eat better, I guess. Naruto was upset, but at least understood her point. And with that being finally decided, Haku left to cook a good breakfast, while Naruto ate the rest of the ramen, not wanting to waste any of it. Basically, although I have Naruto act differently, it is only when he is serious or it is an important time. Other than that, he will be a bit goofy just because no one can hate a lovable goofball. Also, all the Naruto made, and all the experiences he had before the Land of Wave mission is the same, although it won't really matter all that much, except for Konohamaru and the group, because you gotta love the annoying brats. After Haku's healthier breakfast, when both of them were done eating, Naruto left the house, explaining that he needed to restock his equipment for any possible training that he would be getting in only a few hours, which of course reminded him to tell her that he was going to be off training for an undetermined amount of time. Of course, when he left, Haku found herself with nothing to do, seeing as she had already cleaned and didn't have to work, so she decided to simply find one of the girls she was introduced to and hang out with them, seeing as she still wasn't completely used to having the ability to relax for a while, seeing as she was on the run for basically all of her life, and because she didn't have a mother figure to copy habits from like most girls. So, she basically was trying to teach herself how to relax and have fun like a normal girl, seeing as all she knew to do with her time always had an importance to them, rather than for enjoyment. Cleaning, cooking, training. Hyuga clan. After getting through the gate, Haku instantly felt something watching her, but she simply ignored it, seeing as she did come unannounced to a major clan. So, instead of worrying about the guard that had to be following her, she simply went to see the person she wanted to. So, she quickly went to said person's room, not before finally entering after being allowed in. Hello Hinata. She greeted her friend, who was still stuck in her bed recovering, while 3 women sat around her. Oh, hey Haku-san, what brings you here? Hinata responds, even now a bit shyly. I just came to see one of my few friends in Konoha, seeing as I have a day off and nothing to do. Haku told the girl truthfully. I see, but come on, you have to have something that you want to do. Hinata told the shocked girl that Haku had no idea what to do with a day off, even as she was grateful for the girl visiting her. No, besides checking up on you, I have no idea what I want to do. I mean, I don't have to cook, the cleaning is all done, and I still can't train in regular ninja arts, other than to keep in shape for a while. Haku told her friend. Well then, if your work is all done, then maybe you should find a hobby or something. A hobby? Might as well, so what would you suggest? Haku asks her friend. This made Hinata briefly think of her old hobby of stalking, watching over Naruto, causing her to blush a bit. Well, just do something that brings you happiness. Like Ino enjoys flowers and gardens, Tenten likes weapons, and forges weapons, sharpens weapons, even Sakura likes knowledge and reading. Basically just find one of the things that make you happy, and do something that involves it. Hinata explains, yet still carefully leaving out one of her more secretive hobbies. Something I like. Haku then mumbles, thinking for a few moments before putting it to the back of her mind, and simply visits for a bit. Now of course halfway through this, Naruto showed up, as well, just to check up on his girlfriend, and to spend some time with her during a break in training. Though their time was wrecked when Ichi was brought up by one of Hinata's caregivers due to an accidental slip of the tongue. I still say I should just kill that bastard. Naruto growled out, still annoyed. Naruto-kun, you promised that, Hinata told Naruto until he interrupted her. I know I promised not to, but he almost killed me. I can't just let him get away with it. Naruto told her to make Hinata blush at Naruto calling her his princess. Though she did also notice Haku's brief glare at her that was filled with jealousy, though it was hidden almost as quickly as it appeared. I have to at least punish him for what he has done, so what do you suggest I do? Besides beating the tar out of him, of course. Naruto asked his girlfriend, who just barely put her thoughts about Haku aside just in time to hear him. Well, Naruto-kun, I think just beating him would be enough if you really feel the need to punish him. Just don't hurt him too badly, please, he's family. Hinata told Naruto, who was momentarily shocked. Hinata, just because he's your family doesn't mean he can automatically be forgiven. In fact, it means that he shouldn't have done it in the first place. Naruto told her, completely believing his own words, as it was basically partially a part of his own code of life. Yeah, I suppose you are right, though he had to have some reason to. After all, the main and branch family never have been really on good terms. With the branch being basically slaves after all, well, at least until I can change that. Hinata explains, frowning due to the way her family works, which was one of the reasons she had a dream of fixing it. Even if the family is at each other's throats, he still shouldn't have a good reason to hurt me. Naruto told her, still annoyed, seeing, as he believed that no one should be allowed to hurt his girlfriend, no matter what the reason. Of course, after Naruto told them this, he finally looked over at the clock, and saw that it was about time for him to meet back with Jiraiya. Well, sorry to say it, but I have to go now. See you guys later. Naruto told them to give Hinata a kiss on the cheek, then quickly left to find his teacher, leaving Hinata behind, who was blushing quite a bit. Well, looks like someone brought their relationship to the next level, Hikari told the group, giggling due to Hinata's reaction. This passed after about a minute, and Hinata managed to recover from her blush after several deep breaths. Okay, Hikari, sorry, Hikari, can you please leave the room for a few moments? I wish to talk to Haku-san privately for a moment, Hinata told the three women, who respectfully did, as she asked. Now Haku, you love Naruto-kun, don't you? Hinata asks her friend, though it sounded more like a statement than a question. Hi, Haku nervously answered, knowing she was caught. Of course, this soon turned into shock when she heard Hinata's next statement. Then why don't you go try to get him? I mean, we both know he is in the crop program, and has to be with several girls. So, as long as the girls like him for him rather than for his clan or something else he has, then I am okay with them trying to get Naruto-kun's attention, though I want all of his first times. Hinata told the girl, not wanting anyone else to take the special bonding moments that she felt was destined to happen between them. Saye, I guess you were right, I mean, the worst thing that could happen would simply be him not returning the feelings, but then he still would be my master, and me his slave, though it would be nice to be his mistress. Haku added in with a small smile, already thinking of Hinata as Naruto's true wife, and her as the mistress. Seeing as she never was anything but submissive, after all, she calls the boy her master. Of course, what neither of the girls realized that there was another girl listening in on their conversation. Hanabi, outside Hinata's door. What does sis and this other girl see in this one boy? This requires more research, starting with finding exactly why Hinata-nisan loves this guy so much, even though he can and will cheat on her. Hanabi then quickly left to look for information on her new subject of interest. Thanks for watching my video, leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more